That's great. You planted that idea in my head, so I appreciate that.
And you're going to make 12 times more money. You need to guide them and tell them what to do. Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I could talk to you anymore. Oh, look at this guy. Is that the new t-shirt? Is that the new hoodie? Is that the new logo? What is that?
No, it's a classic. It's a classic. It's one of the prototypes.
Okay, but it's yours.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I like it, dude.
One of the prototypes for Team PMA. It's a little old school. Got the 80s fire around it, you know.
Yeah, yeah. And what's the hat? Does the hat say Liquid?
Oh, it's a Team Liquid hat.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I could talk to you anymore. Team Liquid. Jesus Christ, Manko. Come on.
I mean, you know, the off-season move is like watching the NBA. It's nice.
Oh, I love it. Except I'm a TSM fan, so it's all falling. It's all.
No. Power of Evil's great.
I love Power Evil, dude. I love Power of Evil, but Sword Art's not coming. Double is retiring, probably. We'll see. Hooney in the top lane. Like, we just needed to get Licorice, Spica, Pio. Anyway.
What if Double F was holding them back all along? Maybe he retires, goes on to better things, and then a rookie comes in and bada boom, bada bing. Bjergsen coaching, Power Evil leading the troops. You never know what could happen.
Listen, I think people are sleeping on PoE. PoE is legit. PoE is a legit stud.
Boy.
I don't know that there's a big drop between Double Lift and Lost. Depends what version of Double Lift. Lost is the Academy guy. I don't know what kind of drop off there is, if any, to be honest. But we need support. We need support. Nobody wants to come. We need a top laner. Licorice is gone. I wanted Licorice. I was on the Licorice train. It's not happening. Anyway.
You're invested. It's cool. I dig it. I've been getting more into it the more I watch the off-season moves.
Yeah, but you're into Liquid. Come on, man. All right. Anyway, Kyle Manko, one of the world's greatest team of players, coaches me on how to get better on League, and I help him with his business. So what do we got, man?
We're just the same as last time. Not really much has been it's all going good. It's like just running smooth, right? But it's not like no big moves are happening. Every time I talk with you, I like to get big moves going.
Okay, so what happened? Why is there a lack of big moves? What are we doing?
I don't. It's not necessarily a bad thing. You're just being consistent and keeping it going. If you're not always having big moves, is that a bad thing? Is that what?
Maybe. Sounds like an excuse.
Maybe.
Keep going.
Let's see. We have some more merch coming out. We have that tournament that we're planning, which is gonna be fun. Okay. Oh, tournament. Okay. So we have the tournament we're planning, right? It's going to be like PMA Miss, right? It's going to be near Christmas, the 18th, I believe, or it's going to start off PMA Miss. So the deal is...
what's it called? PMA Mist?
PMA Miss. You know, like, Christmas, like,
Oh, PMA.
Yeah.
Weird, though, but it's MAS?
7 days of PMA Miss, yeah.
PMA Miss.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to wrap my head around that. Okay, keep going.
So it's going to be Cake's work and everything. You know, she's the idea lady.
Yeah.
So it's going to be like 7 days of PMA Miss where we do fun stuff and everything for Christmas. The 18th is going to be a tournament. So I'm not sure if you know, I have a sponsorship with MetaView. I can shoot you their stuff here off Instagram Live, and that's going through. Anyway, they also are sponsoring the tournament. So it's going to be a $500 sponsored tournament, which I think is great. You know, that's because the tournaments are for community. It's for building Team PMA, bring us all together, showing the world what we got, PMA, positive mental attitude action. But to have $500 for the tournament is great. You know, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's usually RP or whatever. So that's great.
Yeah. So
but you're getting paid too, right?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I'll DM you.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's fine. You don't say it here.
Yeah, so it's cool. We have a sponsorship for that tournament. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be big, cool beans, and that's going to lead into PMA Miss. So that's what we have going around Team PMA to get more action on that. You know, growing the team has been a growing process. We're learning as we go, so it's always stuff to keep up with. You know, we're kind of figuring out what we want for like the bench, because our team PMA is revolved around just being positive, right? There's no way to measure that, right? Like you can't say, hey, you're positive, you're not, right? You can't do that. It doesn't make sense, to a degree.
Can you hold on? Can you track the because you get honors at the end of a game?
That system is definitely not worth to invest chips in. I have friends that tell people bad things when they're honor 5. Okay,
but there's different categories, right? There's friendly. Isn't GG friendly one of them? Friendly.
And whenever I honor somebody, I close my eyes and just click. That system is, come on, that system is a little outdated. Okay, Riot's doing a lot of good things in preseason, but the honor and not the coup de grace.
I wonder if there's. First off, can you even find that on people? Like, can you? Is that a public thing to find out what people's?
I would have to Google it. I never heard of anything like that. I never heard of being able to track honors.
But you can see it on your own.
You can see for the game. I don't think you can see total.
No. Okay, maybe. I think there's something there. Anyway, okay. Well,
maybe, yeah.
Listen, are you telling me you think Froggin's getting perfect stars on GG friendly?
No, you can track it to some degree, but it's like, there's always a fine line, right? There's always a fine line when, doing all that. But anyway, we're restructuring recruiting, which is going to go cool. We're putting a lot of time into it. I think it's good, though. I think it's a good thing to put time into. It feels great. Do you think it's worthy to invest all this time into? Do you think it's going do you think it's going well? Do you think we're doing a good job? How do you feel about it?
Well, I like how you birthed this thing from nothing, right? Just an idea, and then poof, now you've got how many? 40 people, 50 people?
Got 45.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome.
Let me double check on that number. Time out. Oh, we got a couple more recently.
Well, close enough.
44.
Yeah, awesome. I think the big thing still is you have to figure out a revenue model. Tournaments is fine, but it's not really going to pay the bills a ton, and it doesn't get the PMA members money, which is what I'd like to do. I'd like to be able to create a space where you're by joining Team PMA, there's criteria to get in. You got to be a positive person. You have to want to spread the message and the mission, all that, and we're going to help you get paid.
That would be nice. That'd be wonderful to guarantee that.
Well, it's like you don't have to necessarily guarantee it, but they have to follow the steps. They have to do these things to be able to do it, which is why I said I think you need to have for 90% of them, right? So for 40 of your 44 people, you're doing office hours and helping them build their stream, answering questions, and just giving them all the tips because everybody's still smaller than you, right? In the group.
Yeah.
Like you're the biggest one. Yeah. So
we've got a couple people about the same as me. So, but besides that, yeah, everybody's generally smaller.
And now that you're doing other things, now that you're doing sponsored tournaments, now that you're doing YouTube videos, now that you're getting coaching, like all this stuff is things that these guys want and have no idea how to do. And you could give them guidance. You can't help them get to way up here yet because you haven't done it. But every time you learn and you grow and you do something new, you can coach and teach people. So that's part of the group. That's for 40 to 44 people. And then the last 4 are the people who you work with. And I mean, last time we talked about YouTube being the path, which I still think is the best path. Helping them build the YouTube channels because you get paid.
Yeah. So YouTube's still looking like the way. And yeah, we're at a standstill in my situation for now. We're still looking into all that.
Yeah. But is there enough momentum there? Like, did you do anything in the past 2 weeks on it?
Yes. We started reaching out. We started reaching out with the free options, right? We started trying to exhaust our free options, which we're waiting to hear back on. And then we'll have to go into the paid route, handling all that.
Yeah.
But we've tried. Yeah. Yeah, I think YouTube's still a decent route. Is it route or route?
Either way.
Either way, okay. I think it's still a decent route to take. I think once I get my situation a little bit more handled with that, then it'll feel like, better to put it all into that.
Well, then, like, if you're going to wait on that domino to fall, then you've got to put an insane amount of time, pressure, resources to make it happen. If you're basically saying, like, Team PMA doesn't make money, or like, I can't help my guys, my elite people make money until I solve this one thing, then that one thing has to get solved.
True. Fair enough.
Then it's not like in 3 weeks or whenever we talk again, it's like, yeah, momentum, it's happening, nothing big, but still just kind of going.
Well, that's what I sound like. Hey, that's not cool.
Because it's a big domino, right? It's a big, this is the thing that will help people start to make money and spread. Because if you can help them start to make money while teaching them how to do it responsibly in a good way, spreading love, kindness, not toxicity. A lot of people watch YouTube videos just to see somebody slamming each other and just to see how toxic whoever this person was. And I carried this guy or whatever. They like the drama, right? And you're basically being the opposite, which I like. I mean, it's what my channel is. I'm the opposite of all the drama, right? I could do the top 10 like stupid things Kanye has said in his life, right? That video would blow up. I just don't want to spread the negativity. I think everything else is great. Is you're just laying bricks, which is awesome. It's just going to stay slow until you figure this out.
Yeah. That's accurate. I feel like there's a lot going on, right? I feel like is that a bad thing if it's slow for say another 2 weeks? Is that
yes.
a bad thing? That's a bad business thing, huh? Bad business. See,
it's a bad life thing. I mean, you don't need to go slow. It's just bad.
We have a lot going on, though. What do you mean?
No, but none of that matters.
What if I go fast and hit a wall and break?
Here's the thing. Okay, like if you need to go slow because of family pressures or health issues, or you're just stressed out or whatever, that's different, right? If you need time for yourself, great. Take the time for yourself. If it's lots of stuff going on in the business, then no, because it's about prioritizing where you're spending your time in the business. This is the most important domino. The other stuff doesn't matter. The merch doesn't matter. Like, you're not going to make a ton of money off of merch, right?
Yeah, I don't invest too much of my time into that. Cake just handles that, which is good. It's different.
No, but Cake is handling everything, right? I mean, that's the point. It's you're the face and you're the guy up the front and you're the heart, right? You're the heart and she's the brain.
True.
That's what it is.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So, but we need the brain working on the right things too. Like, we need both of you guys working on the right things for the amount of time that is actually spent on work, right? Mm-hmm. So you got a lot going on, but a lot going on inside of the work side. And most of it is just small stuff that won't move the needle forward as much as you need to.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough. All right. Got to get to it then.
Let's make sure you just hide the liquid hat. Just keep your head above the... No, you're good. Okay. As a revenue model. So, I wanted your honest opinion. I always give my honest opinion. You don't have to preface it.
So, okay. So for me, how I make my living, right? You have like Twitch, YouTube, both revenues. Sponsorships are becoming third revenue, which is great. Like, that's awesome. Usually sponsorships feel like they're random at my size, but now they're becoming more consistent, So
okay, cool. But how you do it, how you need to up that, and maybe this is Cake doing it if she's negotiating, you turn this one-off tournament, at the beginning, you should turn it into an annual thing, like a monthly thing for a year, an annual deal.
Like with the sponsorship or as a tournament?
Both.
Well, it's not easy to have a tournament a month. It's not like realistic either, with sponsored stuff.
Well, a sponsor's something every month. Like, by default, this happens in the entrepreneur world too, or YouTube world.
Well, how would I get a guaranteed sponsor every month? They're just say, hey, guys,
hold on, no. The sponsor, that's what you pitch the sponsor. Who's the sponsor of this one?
MetaView.
MetaView?
Mm-hmm.
What do they do?
You haven't heard of them yet. So they are releasing, it hasn't released yet. They're releasing in about 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
It's going to be, and I'm going to send you all this. I'm going to send you all the goodies. It's going to be an app that shows pretty much from video game communities. It's not just the league. So there's, Super Smash Bros. League, Call of Duty, all the communities. And it's going to be an app built to pretty much run on clips, right? Whether it's from streamers that they're sponsored with or not, it's going to be like all clips, which is going to make the app. So it's like, hey, I missed out Call of Duty for the weekend. Let's see what the top, our cool streamers are doing from Call of Duty. You scroll through a couple clips in a playlist, and bada bing, you're updated.
Got it. So the talk with them should be, yes, we could do a one-off deal where we're just doing this Christmas meta miss, PMA miss. PMA miss.
Come on, get it together.
It's hard. It's a hard one. But we'll run with it. Tournament. But actually the way it works best, if you really want to get exposure to me and my community, it's the repetition. And the better thing to do is to do something together every month for a year. And we can lock it in now because my community is going to grow. Here's how I've been growing.
If the person says no, where do I go after that?
Then you go back to where you were.
Running
you go back to like just do PMA miss. What?
Yeah, just running a tournament every once in a while.
Yeah, but like a lot of times a lot of these brands, especially the new ones, they have no idea. Oh, we should do influencer marketing. We should do some kind of partnership. I don't know who's on there. Oh, Manco, great. Let's work with him. They have no idea.
I feel like you're pretty accurate in that, which is kind of crazy to think. That's pretty accurate, I feel like, in a lot of companies.
It's not crazy. But so this is it. You need to guide them and tell them what to do. You need to tell them what to do. To say, hey, this can work, and I'll do my best to promote PMA Miss, and we'll get this kind of stuff going on. But if you really want to grow your brand and you want to be the household name for clips and your app not just launch but have continued success, the best way to do it is to create a monthly plan together for a year. And I can lock you in right now at this rate, even though my community is going to grow for the next 12 months, right? And you can show how much have you grown in the past 12 months on Twitch?
A lot.
Like 100% more?
I would have to look. I have no idea off the top of my head.
Okay, but whatever. Let's say it's 100%. Maybe it's 200%. Maybe it's 50%. But it's a big number. It's not like you had 5% growth over the last year.
The way you sold me on that was pretty well. I had to give it to you. Old man Evan still got it, okay?
Old man. This is it. That's the plan, right? So
I see where you're coming from.
I'll lock you in right now for a monthly deal. And if it's not a tournament, then it's something else that you're going to talk about them once a month. Then you have to figure out what's going to actually work that you feel comfortable with. Maybe you're going to wear their hoodie or you're going to wear their hat instead of that stupid liquid one. Maybe you're going to, do just a Sunday fun with your community or your team PMAs that's going to be brought to you by whoever. Like you can slice and dice it as many times as you want. But the idea is to go to them and turn any one-off deal into a monthly deal for a year. You turn it into an annual deal.
Yeah, I'll definitely, next time this comes up, because we're already locked in with them for this thing. But that's something really for me to consider next time. Because the sponsorships, like what you just said, they kind of approach you not really knowing in most parts. Like the guy who interview is great. He's been, but most sponsorships, the emails I get are very, you can tell they have no idea what direction they're going in. So that is going to be a good weapon in my arsenal to use, and I think that's great. You planted that idea in my head. So I appreciate that.
And you're going to make 12 times more money.
Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. Sounds good. Thank you. I had something else I was going to say, but I kind of forgot. I was wowed by your pitch.
It's what I did, at the beginning when I was doing brand deals on YouTube, where in my world, it's like Bank of America wants to work with you on something, right? And at this point, I'm unless I'm actually using, I say no to almost everything. But if you can get behind it.
Because you're rich. Just kidding.
Yeah. Right? I mean, it's I don't need it. And usually the requirements are just they want too much control, so it's it has to be a video that goes up has to go through their vetting process. It's I don't want to do it. I don't want your account manager looking at my video and telling me what to do.
I respect that. Nice.
Yeah.
Good for you.
It's just doesn't matter. But at the beginning, we had Sage and we had telcos and we had, banks and I'm an entrepreneur audience, right? So those are the kind of companies that I'm going to get. I'm not going to get a League of Legends app or something want to sponsor my videos. It's just the wrong audience. But they had no idea what they're doing. They just legit have no idea. They say, oh, we're thinking about doing this. What do you think? Like, and I realized that they just had no idea what they were doing. Because in my head, I'm thinking, ooh, that's not going to work. But if they're going to pay me to do it, okay, I'll take it. We'll do something. Like, I'll still make my best version of it. But I'm thinking this isn't going to work long term. So that's your job, is to think, how can this actually work long term? Like this app, great, you do the tournament, you get some buzz for it, and some people go download the app. But what is actually the best thing for them long term with your community? Like, how could you actually drive a lot of views and attention for the app? What does it require? Maybe you're making content for the app? Maybe whenever you clip from Twitch, you're also clipping it for the app? Like,
personally, well, with me, I'm locked in with them for 6 months, so we do have the long-term aspect where the tournament's just kind of like a bonus.
Oh, but you're getting paid for 6 months?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Awesome.
Yeah, so the long term there is with me for 6 months. The tournament would just be like it's like they're just throwing an extra $500 for that tournament as like a bonus. You know, it's like hey, let's get off to a good start, right?
Okay, great. So, but that's awesome. Like, defaulting to 6 months, I would have thought like a year. Let's go a year next time. But that's great. So it's not just this one-off sponsorship, but so what are you going to do next month for them? You have to talk about it, or what are you going to be doing?
Well, once a month, not once, every 2 weeks, a Twitter post. I just have their layout on my stream. And like I said, I talked to the guy multiple times, and I truly believe in the app. So I'm going to do everything I freaking can to get it rolling, you know?
So that's the thing, is you have to start thinking they're going to tell you what they want, but they have no idea what's going to work. It's literally somebody just came up with a bunch of ideas and a whiteboard and then said, okay, here's what we want. Yeah. You have to think what's actually going to work for your community that's going to actually drive some interest.
Download the damn app. Go check out these clips. I'm on there. Some of your other favorite streamers are on there, okay?
Okay, but what is it? Is it that you're going to do a little commercial in every stream that you're doing? Is it you're going to do a pre-roll on your YouTube videos? Is it you're going to tweet about it? Like, what they're asking for. He's stretching.
Sorry, the cats. The cats are going crazy. Kids. Okay, keep going.
What they're asking for, 50% of it at least is useless. You already know it's useless.
Hot takes.
That's not a hot take. That's the truth. You already know it. You should look at the list of what they asked for. It's like, yeah, I could do that. And you realize, all right, whatever. That's useless. Like,
but how do I really make meaningful gain for them? Because I believe in that company. So how do I really
so how do you actually help them? Like, be the guy who can actually help them. That's how you get paid more. That's how you start getting more sponsors in as well. It's like, Manco's the guy who actually delivers, right? So they have no idea.
I feel like is accurate. I feel like when it comes to these sponsorships, I feel like sometimes I should have been a salesman in a different life. You know, I feel like I'm really well at it. Compared to your average just a streamer that just says, hey, check out this thing for give me $1, you know? Yeah. Like, I feel like I can actually do that.
So you need to have your plan for how you would promote something. So half of their stuff is useless. Like, great, you could post about it on Twitter, but maybe you suck on Twitter and nobody follows you and it doesn't matter, right? I know, I'm not saying that, but you look at the list and you know this half is junk. And then you know this half is maybe okay, but then they should be doing these other things. For your community, maybe it doesn't work across all of gaming or all of League, but for your community, they should be doing these things. So that's your job to then say, okay, let's kill these things because this actually doesn't matter. And I don't want you wasting time or money. This is a waste of time right now because it's not going to drive a lot. I can do it, but it's not going to drive a lot of attention. And all I want is your app to sell.
When I do that, do I say that to them or do I just...
Yes. Okay. Yeah, you have to tell them what to do. They don't know what to do.
Okay.
Especially for your audience. They have no idea. So if you know that a tweet is a waste of time every 2 weeks, then tell them that. Unless they're going to boost it or something, if they're going to do something on their end to help it, and you say, we should be doing these things. Here's what, if you want me to actually move the needle for your app, here's what we should be doing. This, and this. And this will help. And maybe that even costs more. Now maybe you're doubling how much you're getting paid every month. And maybe now that's a 12-month deal that you lock in right now while you're still, small compared to where you're going to be in a year. He's like, holy cow, who's this Manko guy? This is awesome.
That's
my
really
first
good
brand
stuff,
deal.
yeah.
My first brand deal I got $500 for it. I wrote a blog post, and then they hired 10 people to write blog posts. Just like you, they're hiring a whole bunch of different guys, right? You're not just the only person they're working with. They're working with lots of different streamers from different games, which is fine. Your goal is to be the best. From those 10, they asked, write a blog post. So they asked for like 300 words or 500 words. I wrote 1,500 words, and I made a video, and I promoted it.
Okay, overachiever. That's
yeah, man, but that's how it
now.
works. Then I came back after the trial. I was the only one out of the 10 that was hired on. And then I started charging double, and then it was triple. And then we went from $500, like $2,500 per post, because I was just bringing so much value. That's your job. You're one of 20, 50, 100, 200 people that they're trying this thing with. Your job is to be the best and to guide them and help them of how to actually work with streamers, because just assume they have no idea what they're doing, because they don't. And then you turn it into an annual deal, and you're charging 3 to 5 times as much.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah.
And then you start teaching.
You
start teaching the PMA guys.
Both ends, you know.
Of course, because you're delivering way more. Yeah, I'm not saying rip them off. No.
Yeah.
Like, this is what's going to work. You're actually ripping them off right now by doing half of the thing, like tweets and everything else that you know in your head is kind of not worth it. They're not going to get anything. You're actually kind of ripping them off right now.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having faith in me.
Yeah. Well, so now make it better for the next one.
Yeah. I think the good thing is that I feel like everything that I go through with the mentoring stuff, like everything that I go through, I want to bring to the Team PMA guys and girls, you know, and it's like, hey, I did this sponsorship for $500. It should have been $1,000, and I should have done double of what I did. Right. And we should, you know, whatever the case may be. And I think it's going to work. I think it's like a great, like that's I feel like the first way of being more serious with Team PMA and everything is like that mentoring, and along with hopefully bringing them opportunities. You know, like when I got a couple sponsors for just a couple people so far, and it feels great. It makes me feel good, and I'm not even getting anything from it, right? And like ideally, it's like, hey, here's a sponsorship. You're making $5,000, I'm making $1,000. We're both happy. Cool. It's like awesome, and that would be a great spot to be in. So it's like that's the game plan.
They need to be at a certain size, though, right? So me and Cake,
sorry to cut you off. Me and Cake thought about maybe like a tier system. So like, you know, like maybe like tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. Tier 1 is the people that want to be like full-time streamers that have the potential, that have, you know, 200 viewers or whatever. Tier 2 could be this. Tier 3 could be like people who just support and they're great streamers. Do you think that's a good idea or no?
Yeah, I mean, you don't really know yet, so I wouldn't worry about specifics. I still think of it as 90% and 10%. Your 90% are the free people who are adding to the vibe of the community, who you're doing office hours with, who you can code. This lesson I just taught you, you can teach them. Anytime anybody signs a brand deal, any of your guys sign any kind of brand deal, you need to ask them, did you try to make it a 12-month deal? Yeah, every single time. And if they say no, then, and even if the client says no, okay, great, we'll just stick to PMA miss. It's not that they're going to now back on the deal, but you need to, like this lesson you can now impart. 90% is free and office hours with Manko, and 10% you work with. I still think YouTube is a faster path and more sustainable than sponsorship. But yes, you're then actually hands-on helping people with that final 10%. So tier system, whatever. Yes.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. Yeah, we're gonna stick with the YouTube. Me and I
want momentum. By the next, DM me, whatever message. Like, we got to make stuff happen between now and the next time we talk here.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, I gotta go. Much love, man.
Time. Later.
Crush it. Okay, ciao.
If you want to see the last one-on-one I did with Kyle Manko, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.